This episode is brought to you by Carrasco Quintana, a local real estate firm located in the state of New Jersey. They're here to help you with all your real estate needs. What's going on? Welcome to Let's Talk About It. Your favorite mortgage advisor, Jimmy Mortgage. I'm here with Marklyn, Mr. Direct, the comedian, entrepreneur, author. He does it all from New Jersey, and he's going to be here to talk about what he's got going on, and we're going to try to align to two things that we do. Entrepreneurship and lending, right? Because most of us want to know, why is a comedian, entrepreneur, author coming on? Let's talk about it. Well, the reason is because I want you guys to see a different perspective when it comes to his value. Marklyn, what's going on, brother?
I'm in shock here a little bit. That was a lot. That was a lot to say. Actually, if you want to understand the connection of it, really is, if you're an entrepreneur and you were working 1099s, you're always trying to figure out, if I make enough money, how can I put a down payment on a home?
Yep.
Because you really can't show money, or you can't show tax returns all the time. Because let's be real, a lot of us don't file taxes. If you want to be honest. And if we do, it's every 2 years. It's never consistent. And somehow we got to show, hey, Jimmy, I got 15 grand. I didn't pay taxes.
Can you show me another way to get my house? I'm like, and that's what this is what it's about.
So that's
right?
how it ties in perfectly.
Right. On that point, when you're looking for a mortgage, we do what's called a non-traditional banking, which is 12 months or 24 months bank statements. We use your deposits to qualify you for a mortgage, man. I love it. It's, again, more and more doing what you're doing with the whole entrepreneur space. Right?
100%.
So it makes sense for a lot of people.
Yeah, I never thought I was going to be an entrepreneur. I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
I went to school at first to a traditional school. Then I ended up going to school at DeVry. I got my degree in telecommunications, telecommunications network engineering, something like that.
Right.
And then I ended up getting corporate jobs in IT. And I always tell the story because I'm a motivational speaker, and I tell people, I got fired from every job.
Okay.
No surprise if you know my personality. I'm not a corporate person. When I say that, when we went to school, I'm 53 years old. I say that proudly. They taught us, get a job with benefits. Mm-hmm. They didn't teach us that that job was not meant for everybody. That environment is not for everybody.
Right.
If you don't have a father that's entrepreneurial, a mother or somebody or a mentor that's entrepreneurial, you don't think of that as a route.
Right.
And I fell into it because I kept trying to work regular jobs. Mm-hmm. And at my core, everything I've done was always entrepreneurial. I was just scared to step into the entrepreneurial atmosphere. And now I'm in it, and I can't imagine not being in it. Not to say I'm successful, but I look at everything that I've done, and I'm like, man, like...
everything looks clear.
It's like...
Right.
Find a way to make it happen,
right? But
find a way to make it happen here,
right?
Because I can't now. My friend just laughed at me. She goes, "I wish I had a day like yours where you could just wake up and just." And I said to her, it's a struggle,
right?
But at the same time, it's, yes, I enjoy having my day to decide what I want to, and that's part of entrepreneurship,
right? Right.
You've got to be willing to structure your time, organize yourself a little bit better, but you're constantly moving it. And you know, part of entrepreneurial, if you want to understand the process of it, get into sales.
Yeah.
You know?
This is what I'm in. Right.
Sales 101. If you could do sales, and I always I don't want to do sales because I didn't believe in it.
Right.
But then what I discovered about what I was doing, I said, well, how about I sell me?
If you bet on yourself, you're selling yourself, it's going to make sense. You're going to get all the time from it. Right.
I started doing comedy. I started hosting shows.
Okay.
And I'll be honest with you, one of the things I talk about in this new book over here, you guys can see right here, Change the Formula, is you got to change the way you think about yourself.
Right. And
I believe I can always do these things. When someone's like, hey, I'm going to hire you to be a host, I'm like, I'm going to kill it as a host.
Okay.
It's not a problem. The issue I have with it sometimes is, you know, and we were just talking about, is the complacency.
Yeah.
So I'll get that one and I'll be like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I need more.
Yeah. You got to put in the reps. The opportunities will
So when you find one, you got to take that momentum. And I think
Right.
the problem is complacency and comfort becomes in entrepreneurship, complacency and comfort becomes your killer.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Because the minute you get complacent, you're like, okay, I got this for next month. I'm good. And it's like, nah, you need to make sure you keep going.
Because you're your own 401k. Clearly, right? Because at the end of the day, if you're making money for this month or 2-3 months, and then what happens to year 3, 4, 7, 10?
And that's where I'm at right now.
Right.
And the world has changed really where you can't be a single entrepreneur.
No.
You need to be a multi-income entrepreneur. You need to find ways of saying, I've got income coming from here, income coming from here. Right. And over the years, as I've furthered into this, I've got to work on productions.
Okay.
And I've worked on some productions for Brad Paisley, Alicia Keys.
Okay.
Foo Fighters in Greece.
Okay.
Big shout out to Dan Catullo. I went to high school with him, and he gave me an opportunity to sit on the productions with some high name people.
That's what's up, man.
And I got to see, and you know, Dan, the one thing I learned from Dan that I love is Dan is like fearless.
Right.
He doesn't, you know, when I think of production, I think of something small. Mm-hmm. Dan's like, nah, let's sell out Madison Square Garden. True story.
Let's go big.
True story. We did Mike Marino in our old high school because he went there too. He graduated 10 years ahead of us. So we did back to school with Mike Marino.
This is high school in New Jersey, right?
In Scotch Plains.
Scotch Plains, right? We gotta let people know where you're from, man. We don't want to assume.
I'm born and raised.
Right?
Scotch Plains, New Jersey. Big shout out to Scotch Plains, New Jersey. I love it there. Jersey land is where I grew up. Big shout out to everybody that grew up with me. Big shout out to the people that were. I would say they were sort of haters, but didn't realize they were motivating me. Your haters are your motivators.
Wait, you know who said that? So you know, I can relate because I'm a 1900s baby, right? It's Star and Buck Wild on 97. They're from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, right? Did you ever encounter it?
No, I didn't. And somebody tried to put me in touch with Buck Wild at one point. It never happened. Somebody said I reminded them of them.
Okay.
I reminded them, that person of them. Okay. And I said, well, we came from Scotch Plains. What do you want? It's something in the water. Which is weird because a lot of people don't understand now. People are going to say, what's the big deal about Scotch Plains?
It's a big town.
Scotch Plains, people don't realize Scotch Plains has the highest attrition rate than anybody.
I did not know that.
More people stay in Scotch Plains than any other town in the state, meaning townies. 32%. And I could be wrong, but it's about 32%. So 32% of the people that live in Scotch Plains, born and raised in Scotch Plains, or came back to Scotch Plains.
Wow.
It's something in the water because you could live anywhere. I lived in Minnesota for 9 years.
Right.
But there was something in the water. And I only stayed in Minnesota because there was a little bit of a familiarity.
Right.
When I was there was technically a little bit of the familiarity. But my dad was sick. I came home and it was like, I love it here. So now I'm trying to be an entrepreneur so I can afford to buy a home here.
Hey, I hope and you're going to use me for sure. But the thing was, you see, I knew about Scotch Plains because I have friends who live there. And when I left West Orange and I was looking in Union County, I didn't know Scotch Plains is that big.
Oh, it's
huge.
Big town. Right? And it goes up into the Watchung Mountains. Right. And the reservations. Right. It goes up into reservations.
And it's adjacent to Middlesex by Edison around there, right?
We are connected to so many different towns that people don't even realize. It's literally, what I always like to say is, it's your little slice of heaven. Yeah. You're near everything.
I can attest to that.
You're an hour from the city.
Right.
You're an hour from down the shore.
Right.
You're an hour from farms. You're an hour and a half, 2 hours if you want to go skiing. There's nothing you can't get to when you live in our area. And that's what the beauty of it and the expense of it.
Well, now, right?
Right. But that's
has gone up a little
you're
bit.
near everything.
Right. It like I said, it's a wonderful town. I'm there a lot. My kids go to school in Scotch Plains. So, like I said, I wish I would have known more about it when I was looking into it. I probably would have settled there. But at the time, someone just showed me a section of Scotch Plains, and I thought everything was 22. And I was like, whoa. And years later, I didn't move to, I moved to another town. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh,
we can talk about that later. There's a reason why they show people certain sections and try to leave them there.
Well, it's happened to me. And it's funny when that person came back and saw me in their neighborhood, they're like, how'd you get here? I'm like, you ain't helped me get here. So we're not going to go about how I got here. Just know that my pocket was just good enough as your pocket. Have a good day.
We're not going to get too fully into it, but it is that is part of when you go looking for homes in areas that we live in. There's an assumption sometimes that they only want to show you certain areas.
Right, and that's right.
And I remember when I showed my home, when I had to sell my dad's house, the odd part about it is the person that helped me, love her to death, but she was like, I didn't even know this area existed. And I'm like, how are you showing homes? Like, how did you not notice this? This is your town.
Right.
How do you not know that this? And I remember a friend of mine gave me a ride home one time, and she was like, "Oh my God, I didn't know this area existed." It is big.
Right.
It is big. And if you've only centered yourself around certain areas, because, you know, I always knew the South Side existed. I didn't know how into the South Side existed. I didn't realize that there were pieces that were still undeveloped. And then when they became developed, mansions. Yeah. I didn't realize Scotch Plains actually had a section that was undeveloped. And when it was becoming developed, it became mansions. Like people were buying big plots and had mansions.
Bro, I didn't even know they had golf courses in Scotch Plains.
Yeah, I just found out. Big up to Jersey Land. Yeah. Big ups to Shady Rest.
Yo, I'm like, yo, but that's what it is, right? It's when I got invited to an event. Shout out to Michael Marinari team for Keller Williams. I was like, there's a golf course here. There's a golf course here. I'm like, oh. Yes. I'm like, this is, again, I've been in Union County for over 2 decades.
I think it's Shady Rest by me, where I grew up at. We had, that was the community, 9 holes. And then you have Ashbrook, which is on the south side.
The south side, okay.
That's the south side one.
It's again, crazy.
It's a slice of heaven. It's the one area of New Jersey that I can say you're in the middle of everything, but you could technically be in the middle of nothing. Yeah. Nobody, everybody knows it's there, but nobody knows it's there.
That's how big Scotch Plains is.
Yeah, like nobody really, you know, and there's something in the water.
So let me ask you a question, man. You talk about the 1% shift in the formula. Can you expand on that a little bit, going back to your book?
So the thing is, and the reality is, everything that you want is a 1% shift away from where you want to be.
Right.
Like, I'll tell you right now, when I say this, it's funny. I make my bed every day. Never did that before.
I started doing that.
Right?
Right.
And it's amazing how that 1% shift, just doing it every day, I know I didn't make my bed before I came here today. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like that small 1% shift. Right. Does it throw me off? No, because I can go back home and do it.
Right.
But it's that 1% shift that now I got that habit. So now it's about reforming another habit on top of that.
I could tell you that's why I got late this morning to meet you here. Because I saw my bed, like my wifey left and it was like this. I was like, no, I'm going to fix my bed. Because I do not want to leave the house knowing I did not fix my bed.
The room looks so much better. And I work out of my house. I work out of my bed. Like I have an office downstairs, which is my studio, but I don't need to go down there to shoot. So I remote in. Again, I did IT for 12 years, so I know how to remote and connect everything.
Right.
So I went upstairs. So I created an office in my bedroom upstairs. Like I got a desk and everything, and I remote downstairs.
Right.
But it looks so much better when the bed is made.
Yeah.
Which helps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It gets my mind clear, right? Because I did something, right? I used the football analogy, right? We work in inches when you get to the first down, right?
Yes.
So it's like every little thing that you do to what you're saying, parallel to the 1%, is going to get you to get into a habit where you grow your whatever you got going on in life, right? Is it fair to say that?
Yes. And here's the biggest thing about the 1% shift that I think a lot of people are scared to admit. Committing to the 1% shift should be something so small, but it's a major milestone away from the things that you would normally do. For instance, I used to not do my dishes until they climbed. Right? I used to play Tetris. When people would be on the phone with me,
so he said Tetris.
People used to joke with me, but I used to tell people, I go, you know, you're a bachelor when you start playing Tetris with your dishes, right? Like, oh, this is a bowl, and this bowl can fit into this bowl, and this smaller bowl can fit into this bowl. Right. Now this cup can fit into the smaller of the bowl. Now I can put this plate underneath this plate, and you know, this plate fits into this dish. Like you start playing Tetris, you know, like, ooh, these forks can go like you slide.
Right.
So even today, I did my dishes like I woke up this morning, I did my dishes. So I try to. So the next 1% shift I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get better at clutter.
Okay.
Right. If it's a flat surface, I got clutter.
Okay.
It is. I got it's you know when they say put everything away, I got drawers full of clutter.
You know, like you're scooping
my
it.
Parents, my parents were hoarders.
Right.
And I don't want to be a hoarder, but the problem is that I got that habit from them.
Right.
So this is what I mean by the 1% shift. You're trying to adjust yourself to no longer do the things that you know are detrimental for where you want to be at.
Right.
Clutter is representative of a cluttered mind. So if you got a cluttered desk, it's because your mind is cluttered. So sometimes, every now and then, I'll go through. So now what I'm trying to do is get myself to once a week. I look at my desk and I'm like, do I need this? No. Crawl it up, throw it out. Get myself to a point where I can look at stuff and say, okay, this looks better.
Right.
Why? It's one thing to look like you're working. It's another thing when things are organized. So organization right now is my biggest issue. So I'm working on being better organized.
Going back to the 1%.
Going back to the 1%.
Right? If you get yourself organized, that you'll be in a better place.
And if you do the 1% shift, and here's the biggest thing, and I talk about it in my book, and I say it all the time. People will go gung-ho, all in.
Right.
And then it gets so overwhelming because their brain is not adjusted to it that they go backwards. They have a setback, and they're like, well, I can't do it anymore. Right. And this is what messes them up.
It's happened to me, yeah.
They refuse to do it. So I'll tell you what I started doing. I started doing 10 push-ups every day.
10 push-ups. Okay.
10 push-ups. Just 10 push-ups.
Right.
And I don't do them every day. I do them when my brain thinks of it. So I didn't do them this morning. Okay, so I'll do them tonight.
Okay.
But I'm getting it done at different times.
Right.
Now, people are going to say, what's the big deal? Well, one, people don't understand.
Well, you're holding yourself accountable.
But push-ups help you out a lot when you're working out.
Right.
Tremendous. That's number one.
Avoid the man boobs.
Yeah. Well, well, it's one thing when you know you can move the man boob, but it's another thing when you're like, yo, them those are some A cups right there. Borderline B cups. I might be visiting Victoria's Secret soon. I told you I was a stand-up comedian, so what you think? But no, in all you could bleep that out. But in all seriousness, I'm just saying, like
I mean, it is a new America.
So this might go viral. I'm just saying, don't be upset with me. But I haven't.
For everybody, keep in mind, I'm for everybody.
For the record, I haven't sworn and I have not been impolitically correct. So we're safe right now.
Right.
Because I do have moments, but I just won't hear. But it's just doing push-ups.
Right.
Every even if I skip a day and I go the next day, it's still getting into that habit of doing push-ups.
Right.
That's helping with my organization because now I'm doing something.
Right. You're training the brain.
Yes, you're the 1%. And again, the biggest part of the 1% is when you do it and you have the setback. Everybody faces setbacks. The problem is use your setback for a setup because now you know you can't do it every day. So you say, you know what? How about I do push-ups on Monday, I'll do them on Wednesday, and then I'll do it on Friday. Set an alarm. Set a reminder. Okay, Monday, got it. Skip Tuesday, who cares? Have the alarm set for Wednesday and Friday.
You're missing this part. When you set an alarm, don't hit the snooze button.
Don't do it.
You just
and here's the thing, technology is beautiful. Right on the inside, sit-ups. That's it. Yeah. That's your reminder, sit-ups. So when it's asking you, when it goes off, you're like, this is what I'm doing.
Or you can speak to your AI.
You can.
And help you with some of that stuff too, right?
100%. Here's the biggest thing, and this is the reason why I wrote this book, is this book is actually a workable book. It's like a workbook.
Oh, interesting.
It gives you exercises to do on the inside.
Right.
So you can repeat these exercises. So once you do something, you're like, oh, I did that. So now you can go back and do it again.
Right.
And you could train yourself. They're relatable stories. They're everyday stories about how people look at change. Because not everybody 99% of us do not embrace change.
That's true. Right.
99% of us run from change and always look complacency and comfort. Right. And when we find success in complacency and comfort, we stay there.
Yeah. It's easy to stay there.
And it's easy to stay there.
It's easy to stay there.
If you've made $400,000 in complacency and comfort, you start thinking that I could still maintain this lifestyle, ignoring the fact that but now I want to make $800,000. What can I adjust to get to the 800? So I'm gonna give y'all the truest thing.
I mean, not to cut you off, Floyd Mayweather.
Yes,
he's 50 years old. He's fighting. I'm still trying to understand. Well, he got comfortable spending money. I'm just saying, you don't walk into a ring. Look, let's call it what it is.
I'm not big for somebody 50 years old. I think he's doing it more so for the check than he is for the glory.
That part, right? That's what. So to your 1%. He stopped doing what he did to get him to the level where he's at. So he got comfortable spending money.
Not realizing he wasn't burning it.
He's not burning it, right? Instead of taking first class, he's jet selling private plane.
And now he's like, I need another injection of 200 mil.
Right. And no shame on that. It's just understanding when you come off of the good habits, these are the things that can happen.
100%.
Especially when you reach to our age point where you only have X amount of life left. How are you going to manage the life you want?
And that's actually what I was getting towards when I stepped into the real entrepreneurial stuff. I had been writing books and doing stuff here and there, What happened was I was substitute teaching, doesn't pay anything, don't do it unless you really want to do it.
Right.
And I decided I really wasn't happy substitute teaching. I didn't like it. I could still do it. I have my certificates. I just don't like it.
Right.
And I said, you know what? A friend of mine recommended that I sign up for seniors, like entertain seniors. And I was like, ooh, I can make money from this.
Right. They're part of our community.
And they are. And when I started doing it, I realized how many senior homes was around the state. Mm-hmm. So I said, okay, I could do this and I can make 1% shift. I could just start doing it every day.
Right.
Right. I had to start making phone calls, 1% shift. I had to start making phone calls, which I hate making phone calls because I hate hearing no. Right. But it's part of the process.
Right. Correct.
So I did that and I started doing it. And then again, I said, wow, if I could do that, imagine if I reach out further and just follow. So here's the biggest part with the 1%. Mm-hmm. Eric Thomas is a huge motivational speaker. And one of the things that he says all the time, which I'm guilty of, he goes, okay, so you started. Consistency, discipline, and finish. Mm-hmm. When most of us create that 1% shift, we don't do it consistent. We're not disciplined to do it consistent, and we don't finish. Right. And if you can't be disciplined enough to be consistent and finish, you'll never find out where you can be. Right. So even this, you see how like you invited me here?
Right.
2 years ago, I'd have been like, yeah, Jimmy, yeah. And I would have never set a date with you. You know why? Because I would have never wanted to be in front of these cameras.
Right.
So it's because I like to be in charge. So, you're going to interview me and I'm not going to be the guy in charge?
Why?
That doesn't do anything for me.
Well, here's the biggest thing, right? Like me talking to you now on camera is comfortable because I know of you, but at times I'll bring on some guests and it's a challenge because you see all this light and all this thing going on. The studio is amazing, right? We provide that, but at times you're like, I'm a little nervous, but
100%.
This episode is brought to you by Pamela Lee from Elite Title Group, representing all real estate transactions in the state of New Jersey. Fear is a good thing, but you just have to know how to overcome it.
If it doesn't scare you,
scared money don't make money.
Scared money don't make money, but if it doesn't scare you, then you're in the wrong arena.
Yeah. Especially
you know what I mean?
as entrepreneurs, especially.
And so like this Friday, I have to speak for Squanathon at Manasquan High School.
Okay.
And I think there's going to be 200 students.
That's what's up, man.
So I got to speak to 200 students and I'm excited, but I'm nervous because it's 200 students and I got to find a way to make sure I keep them engaged. Right. There's that. I love speaking at colleges. Mm-hmm. Now, the reason why I love speaking at colleges is I'm an unorthodox speaker. And what I mean by I'm unorthodox is how many guys are going on stage and tell you I got fired from five major corporate 500 companies. And when they tell you that, they always tell you it's because those companies were bad. No, I was in the wrong environment because we as people, and it's a people thing.
Well, you got to repeat that again. Why did you get fired? Because some people need to understand.
Because I was in the wrong environment.
Right.
My personality was never geared towards, was never catered to, or never adjusted to corporate America. Corporate America, this is why when people say that they have to fill out these personality things now,
right.
Corporate America has a personality piece.
I think they use what's called DISC assessment.
Yes,
now, right?
they want you to fit a certain personality, which means we know that we'll be able to guide you.
Right.
It's hard as an entrepreneurial spirit, to be in a position where they want to guide you and shift you where they want you.
Right.
When your brain is always, I know what I want to do.
Right.
And corporate America is good for some people, but it's good when old corporate America used to say, dude, you stink at customer service, but you know you're good at sales.
Right.
Because you like to talk.
Right.
Let's put you in sales and get a guy to mentor you and get you up there. Corporate America doesn't do that anymore.
No.
What they do now is they say, and I'm going back to like 2000s, what they say is, here's your position. If you're a success at this position with minimal instruction and minimal overhead, meaning we don't have to ever talk to you.
No.
You excel at this position, we'll consider taking you to the next level.
Right.
And when you are there for 10 to 15 years and it's not what you want to do and you're doing like, there's this joke I tell, it's just like I used to get fired so much, my friends used to have a bet over and under how long I'd be at the job, right? And I would always win. I'd be like, I won't be here that long. You know?
There's that testament, right? There's that testament.
And it was only because I never saw myself there.
Right.
So I told you I'm doing a tour now.
Right.
It's called the Have You Met Me tour.
The Have You Met Me tour, right? Let people know about it, man.
It's a Have You Met Me tour. It's a brewery tour because in this economy, a lot of breweries, a lot of establishments are going to be suffering.
Right.
And I said, what does everybody want to do when they drink? They want to laugh.
They want to laugh.
Right. And when you go to a comedy club, some comedy clubs want sets. They want pure sets.
You want to do something different. You want to be unconventional.
They want to do sets, but if I've ever shared anything with you, I'm unconventional.
Right,
I like to interact with the audience, and I like to let them be part of it. And if they say a line funny to me, I'm okay with it because I still introduced it to them.
Right.
So my concept was, how about making this a fully crowd interactive show where my comic that I might bring with me might do a set. But when I come up there, I'm Mr. Direct. You don't know what you're going to get.
Right.
Because I come up there and you see how, and I hate to say this, but you see how well-spoken I am here.
Right.
But when I jump on stage, I'm unapologetic. I'm raw.
So you just say
and I say anything because to me, when we're drinking, that's how we are. We're raw. We're unapologetic.
Well, you got some people in leadership talking the way they want to speak to. So at the end of the day,
and that's the thing,
right? They unfiltered at times. You're like, how would you let this pass? You're like, okay. So I mean, I'm not saying it's giving you permission, but it's who you are.
The reason why people ask me, because I struggle sometimes with being a motivational speaker doing comedy.
Right.
Mr. Direct is unfiltered. He's raw. He's the way I'm talking to you right now.
Right.
This is Mr. Direct on 3.
Okay.
This is.
Right.
You put a mic.
You're not drinking yet.
Yeah, well, I don't drink when I perform. I've learned that lesson. But every now and then I will. But I will tell you, the minute that mic gets in my hand,
it's magic, man.
I come to life.
The adrenaline is there. Everything.
And Mr. Direct goes to 25.
Right.
I just did a show for I don't know if I can say guaranteed rate.
Right. You can say that.
I did a show for guaranteed rate. Mike Brannigan was his name, and I just did a show for him. And the minute I grabbed, so I was DJing at first, just a little DJ, nothing big. The minute I grabbed the mic, I was raw.
Right.
And I had them in stitches. They was laughing because I just didn't care. Mm-hmm. And that's the point.
Right.
I do it because it loosens everyone up, and people stop thinking I've got to guard myself, and people start realizing I get to laugh at myself.
Well, I love comedy because, especially in today's, what I'm seeing, right? I'm speaking for myself. Many have become tribal, right? They stick to their views and they're not commingling what life is all about in some cases. And I feel like comedy is the inkwell of, oh man, it's just having a good time. Laugh out loud, have a date, bring your friends, family, spouses, whatever you got going on in life. Let's just leave the noise to the noise, because we live in a world where people want to put you in a bubble.
100%.
And so I'm like, man, you need comedy, you need laughter. And that's the reason why I have you you hosting my show on June 4th in Montclair, New Jersey.
June 4th.
June 4th. Yeah, June 4th. Yeah. But this is unfiltered, right? So June 4th, Mr. Direct is going to be hosting my comedy show that I'm going to have many talents. It's going to be a night for everyone to enjoy. I'm excited for this, man. Like I said, this is what. And you helped me. I got to this point because I lost a deal and I felt like, shit, what am I going to do? How am I going to get better? Do I make another phone call? Do I do something else? I need answers today. And I took it back a little bit. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call Mac. I'm gonna call my boy. I'm gonna call Mac. I'm gonna be like, yo, look, I want to laugh, man. Look, I lost at it, and this, it hurt me because these were a couple of deals that would have changed my month, right?
Yes.
Because I'm always chasing for the scoreboard to do well. And
100%. 100%.
When it comes to lending, that's what I care. The scoreboard matters to me. So, and getting someone in the house matters to me just as much. Right?
100%.
All that matters to me. And when you lose, I was just like, oh man, what am I gonna do? And I was like, you know what? No one's gonna feel bad for Jimmy and family, right? No one cares at the end of the day. But I'm like, I need to start making people laugh again. And that's when I hit you up, and they was like, yo, Mac, let's do this. You're like, yo, Jim, I got you, blah, blah, blah. Let's make it work. And this is why you're here today. And this is why I love about being authentic.
And it's hard.
Right.
It's I will tell you, it's hard to be authentic because so this is the best way to put it. I'm a motivational speaker. I had a friend that was helping me a little bit, and she said, people, booking you might be a little scared because they see you doing comedy and might think, I want a motivational speaker, I don't want a comic. First of all, they always want a little bit of humor with their motivational speaking.
Right.
That's number one. But number two, some people, I don't want a motivational speaker that when he goes out, he's like that. You know what I mean? And here's what I had to say to that. In both extremes, I'm being organic, right? Read one of the books. Right. I'm being organic. Talk to me like right now. By the way, you swore before I did. I haven't sworn once. I didn't even get close. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying, but this is organic. You know what I mean? Like who we are when we're having conversations and who we are with different people. As a comic, I discovered I'm a complex individual. And this is what most people miss when we say organic. Most people can't deal with the fact that people are not just one lane. Right. When we're organic, we are complex. And we could be, I always tell people, because I grew up in Scotch Plains, I'm fighting my inner Karen every day. Every time somebody gives me when I get a lukewarm coffee, I'm fighting the inner Karen to go off on someone. Okay, it's just where's the manager? I want to talk to them right now.
So do you put raisins in your potato salad?
That's a little too far, Karen. That's but if you want to be Scotch Plains Westfield Karen, it's I put in golden raisins. It's different. It was golden raisins. Don't you know they taste different?
Wow, interesting.
But it's I will say the experience of what we've got in this world with comedy allowed me to really be my genuine self. Right. And it's funny because a lot of my friends are like, man, you're a lot calmer than you used to be. And I'm like, because I found my outlet. And I find when you find where you're supposed to be at, and I'll say this for 85% of the people out there, find what you love to do, and you'll always find happiness in your life. Yeah. A lot of women always complain about they can't find a good man. And I said, because most good men have not found what they love outside of family. You know what I mean? Like family, they haven't found anything. So it's like, I love my mom, I love my dad, I love my family. Right. But they haven't found what they love in life. Right. Or most men lose what they love in life. Like, I wanted to play football and I can't play football. And they lose the vision of, but you could be a coach. Right. You could be a trainer. Right. If you're still connected to football, so when they get a regular job,
you can host a podcast
talking about football. But when they lose that, and now all of a sudden they're like, yeah, but I'm not playing it. They're not looking at the bigger picture. Find another way for you to be. That's the 1% shift, right? It's the find another way for you to be connected into it. And I remember speaking to a kid. He hurt his knee, and he was like, man, I don't know if I'll ever. And I said, dude, do you really love football? And he goes, yeah, but I hurt my knee. And I go, okay, what about a coach? You can make $5 million a year being a coach. Yeah. Not at first, but down the line, you get good. You don't think every coach in the NFL, I'm a lineman coach. I make $1.5 million a year for the New York Giants. You don't think he's happy?
Just being in that environment, it shapes
If you love football, my dad was a football coach, by the way. Okay. So he coached football, Barrington Bears. I remember going to summer camp with him. It's funny, I'm sitting here talking to you and I'm like, man, I've actually lived a life, but I lived the life of a sheltered person that's seen a lot.
Interesting.
Because being around people that have exposed me to a lot of stuff, and I will tell you this, as we're talking and we're going through this, I will say to your listeners who's watching this, right now, 99% of y'all watching this are scared, and you're scared to do something in your life. So I want you to look at yourselves and write down what you're scared of doing, and then ask yourself, why are you scared to do it? Because the reality is, I was scared of entrepreneurial because it is scared of judgment, scared of the unknown, scared of failure, you know what I mean? And fear of success, those 4 fears. And I had to overcome them, and I'm still scared of success, and I'm still scared of failure. Those haunt me, but that's the human experience. And I want everybody to take away from this, even what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's you have to overcome that fear. Football player, overcome your fear. Right. Stop thinking you're a failure because your knee hurt. That's God telling you maybe this wasn't for you. Right. If I've repaired your knee and I put you there and the next time you can't walk, then you're really going to be upset.
Right.
Sorry.
No. This is what Let's Talk About is all about, man. On that, man. So where can people find you, Mr. Direct, when people on social media?
Am I supposed to tell them where they can find me on social media?
You absolutely, man. They need to know what Mr. Direct is all about, man.
Well, first of all, you guys can see over here next to me, these are my 4 books that you guys find. The first one, Lessons from an Essay, Sugar Honey Iced Tea Talker. That was the first book I wrote. The next one was Facebook Conversations, The Good, the Funny, the Ugly. The third book was I Like Black People, the Good Ones, an Observation from Experience. And this is the last one is Change the Formula, a conversation around change. And I actually have a book coming out in June if everything goes good. That'll be my 5th book. That'll actually be my 5th book in 6 years.
Okay.
You can find them all on Amazon.
Okay.
Type in Marklyn Johnson. You can find every book I wrote.
So on Amazon, social media too?
Facebook, on Amazon for the books. Social media, you can find me all over Facebook. Look up, type in Mr. Direct, MISTERDIRECT.
Right.
Here's the best way I can tell you to find me. Google me. MISTERDIRECT.
Right.
And I say that with a laugh because I flexed on somebody one day when he said you're a nobody. And I said, Google Mr. Direct in quotes.
Right.
And then my friend thought I was joking. He Googled it and then he listed all the stuff that he found on me. And then he goes, this is ridiculous. And he just posted the link. And I go, yeah, dude, I've been doing some stuff. It wasn't a flex. It was like, you could Google me.
Right. So he's on TikTok. Like you said, just Google him, man.
You Google me, you'll find me somewhere.
Right. Mr. Direct, man, thank you so much for coming on Let's Talk About It. I appreciate your time.
First of all, I appreciate you allowing me to come on here. This is beautiful. This is a beautiful setup. Like, y'all, listen, if you get an opportunity, when you get the call from Jimmy, you need to get your behinds down here. Be like, I got you. I'm going to come down here and do my damn thing because it's nice down here. It's really nice. It's a little cold in here, but, you know.
It keeps you up. Keeps you
awake. But this is beautiful. I appreciate the opportunity. Keep doing your thing, man. This is beautiful. Man. I love it. I love watching people take an idea and just go.
Yeah.
That's the most beautiful thing in the world.
You watch me from inception, man. You watch me do it from the beginning.
Yeah, this is beautiful, man.
Thank you.
Whoever going to complain about this?
Yeah, I love it, man. For those, if you're looking for me, you know where to find me on your favorite streaming platform. Again, when it comes to any mortgage-related things, value, whatever you got going on, it's mortgage. Think of Jimmy Mortgage. I'm here to help you. Thank you. I appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
If you're looking for ISAs and marketing, please contact J. Lopez Enterprise, servicing all 50 states. Hey, listeners, are you looking to improve your home comfort and save on your energy bills? Let's talk about Seal Power. They've been awarded Energy Star Sustained Excellence Award, seen on Good Morning America, the New York Times, and World News. Seal Power is dedicated to keeping your home cozy while saving money. Check out their website for tips and incentives and more at CIELPOWER.com. Stay comfortable and save with Seal Power, where comfort meets efficiency. Follow them on Instagram for updates and more, and Let's Talk About It as well. Thank you. Let's Talk About It podcast is sponsored by Molson Law, LLC, servicing clients all across New Jersey. Let's Talk About It podcast is sponsored by Goosehead Insurance, servicing clients all across New Jersey. Let's Talk About It podcast is sponsored by Real Safe Title, servicing clients all across the state of New Jersey.